Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the course of complex variables and transforms, and this is our lecture number 2. Now we'll start from the complex plane. We know that the real numbers can be represented as a point on a number line. This is important. I choose pen. If this is the line of real numbers from 0 to infinity, so you can represent any real number in the form of just a point. By contrast, the complex numbers where z is equals to a plus b iota is represented as a point a into b in the form of complex coordinate plane. The horizontal axis of the coordinate plane is called the real axis and the vertical axis is called the imaginary axis. The coordinate system is called the complex plane. Every complex number corresponds to a point in the complex plane, and every point in the complex plane is correspondent to a complex number. So we have the real part and the complex part. Like here, I'll remove the line to make you clear. So if this is basically our real axis and this is our imaginary axis, and we have to show a number a plus b iota, so we'll go a units on the real axis, we'll go b units on the imaginary axis. So where these two coincide, we'll have our number z, which is equals to a plus b iota. So that is how we represent our complex number upon the plane, where this is the real axis, we have the real numbers, and this is the imaginary axis or the iota axis. Now these are some of the test examples. Here the one number is 3 plus 4 iota, and this is the solution given. So how you will write the solution for 3 plus 4 iota? So you will go 3 units on real axis, 4 units on y axis or the imaginary axis, and where these two will coincide, you will have your resultant number. The next example is minus 1 minus 2 iota, second example. So both the numbers are negative, so we will be having it on the third plane. Here we have the value for minus 1, this is the value for minus 1, and we have the value for minus 2 on the real plane, on the imaginary axis. So this will be our number. So our third number is z is equals to minus 3, which is only a real part, there is no imaginary part involved. So this will be only a point upon real axis at minus 3. And for in example D, we'll have 4 iota, only the imaginary part is there, so we'll have only the point on the imaginary axis. So these are basically the solutions for the complex planes. Now the absolute value of a complex number or the determinant, as we know that the determinant of a z or a complex number is equals to determinant a plus b iota, that is equals to a square plus b square under root. So if the number is 2 minus 4 iota, its solution would be 2 square plus under root 4 square minus 4 square into under root. So the answer is 20, which is equals to 2 into 5 iota. Now the imaginary unit. The imaginary unit I is basically defined as minus 1 under root, or iota square is equals to minus 1. So the set of all the numbers in the form a plus b iota with real numbers a and b, and iota is basically the imaginary unit, is the set of complex numbers. The standard form of this number is basically a plus bi or a into b iota. Operations on complex number. Various operations that are performed upon the set of real numbers or upon the real numbers can also be performed upon the complex numbers. The form of complex numbers a plus b iota is like the binomial form a plus b of x. To add, subtract and multiply the complex numbers, we use the same method that is used for the binomials. if I have to perform the operation of addition and subtraction, how I will perform? For example, I have been given the two numbers, two complex numbers, and I have to add them. Here one number is 5 plus 2 iota plus 3 into 3 iota. Now what you will do? You will add the real part with the real number and the imaginary part with the imaginary part. So the real part is 5 and 3 here. So 5 plus 3 plus imaginary part minus 2 plus imaginary part 3 into iota. So the answer is basically 8 plus iota. And here are the numbers I have to subtract. So I will write 2 plus 6 iota. Here I will write now. This will become minus 12 minus minus plus. It will become iota. Now I will add real with the real and iota with iota. So 2 minus 12 it will become minus 10. This is the real part, and imaginary part 6 plus 1, that is 7 iota. So that is how you perform the operation of addition and subtraction. Now the multiplication. Here are two examples. You have to multiply 7 iota with 2 iota minus 9, 2 minus 9 iota. So that will become 14 iota minus 9 multiplied by 7, that will become 63 into iota square. Iota square is equals to minus 1. So the final answer is 63 plus 14 iota. Now in second example, for the both complex number, we have both real and the imaginary part. So what we will do? Now we'll start from 5 multiplied by 6. Then 5 is multiplied by with minus 7 iota plus. Now 4 iota is multiplied by with 6. Now plus 4 iota is multiplied by with minus 7 iota. It will become 30 minus 35 iota plus 24 iota minus 28 iota square, where iota square is equals to minus 1, and that it will become plus 28. These two will give the answer minus 11, and here is the 30. So the final answer becomes 58 minus 11 iota. This is again a complex number. So the multiplication of two complex numbers will generate a third complex number. Now the conjugate of a complex number. For the complex number a plus b iota, we define its complex conjugate as a minus b iota. So the conjugate of a complex number is equals to that number but with a negative imaginary portion. The product of a complex number and its conjugate is always a real number. This is basically a property of complex number. For example, here I have the complex number a plus b iota, and this is his conjugate a minus b iota, and I have to multiply these two. So I'll see the answer will become a real part or a real number. A multiplied by a multiplied by with minus b iota, then we'll have b iota multiplied by a, and then plus minus, that is plus b iota multiplied by minus b iota. So it will becomes a iota minus ab iota plus ab iota. These two will be cancelled out. The imaginary part would be 0. Now minus b square and into iota square. Now iota square is also a real number, that is minus 1. So the final answer is a square plus b square, which is a real number. So this is a property of a complex number. If you have a complex number and its conjugate, the answer is always a real number. Now the complex number division. The goal of complex number division is to obtain the real number in the denominator. When two complex numbers are divided by each other, the goal is basically to have the real number in the determinant. We multiplied the numerator and the denominator of a complex number quotient by the conjugate of the denominator to obtain the real number, and this is also known as the quotient rule. You will see here how we'll do this. using complex number conjugate to divide the complex number. Now we have a complex number 5 plus 4 iota 4 minus iota divided by 4 minus iota, and we have to express its denominator with iota free form. Now we will multiply this number with the denominators conjugate. Here you have the denominator 4 minus iota, so its conjugate will be 4 plus iota, and we will multiply it with this number. So at the upper portion we are basically multiplying these two numbers, so it will become 5 multiplied by 4, it will becomes 20, plus 5 multiplied by iota 5 iota, plus 4 iota multiplied by 4 16 iota, plus 4 iota multiplied by iota 4 iota square, and the denominator will have 4 multiplied by 4, you will have 16, plus 4 multiplied by iota 4 iota, minus iota multiplied by 4 4 iota, and minus iota multiplied by with iota, it will become iota square. Now at the denominator we will have 20, 5 iota plus 16 iota 21 iota, and 4 iota square will becomes, iota square is minus 1, it will becomes minus 4, and the denominator will have 16 plus 4 iota minus 4 iota are cancelled out, and minus iota square it will becomes minus 1. So the answer will take the form 16 plus 21 iota over 17. Now the denominator is free from the complex form or in the free of iota form. So this is basically the iota free form, or the quotient rule, or the rule of conjugate multiplication. So now the standard form will become 16 over 17, which is the real part in the rational form, plus 21 over 17 iota, which is the imaginary part in the rational form. So that is how you divide the complex numbers. Now the principal square root of a negative number. For any positive real number b, the principal square root of a negative number minus b is defined by iota. Minus b under root is equals to iota into b under root. This is the form of operation involving square root of the negative number. Like we have to give the square root of minus 27. So it will become 3 iota into under root iota, and minus 48 under root iota, so it will becomes, from minus under root will become iota, and 48 will have 4 into 3 under root. So again this is how to have the square root of a negative number. So if there is a negative number and you are asked to have the square root of that number, so basically what you are doing, you are basically converting your real number into a complex number. This is also an example. Here you have two numbers which are the real numbers, minus 2 minus under root 3 whole square. So at the end again you will have the number in the form of iota. So iota exists when there is a negative number is inside the under root. So that was all from the lecture number 2. Thank you so much.